Learn how fish communicate. Serbian sausage. And a conspiracy. You are listening to Our Different Take. Welcome everyone to Our Different Take, episode number 3. My name is Brian, proud father of 2 awesome boys, epic Star Wars fan, yes, classical guitar player, awesome spaghetti maker, and to my left is Matt. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you. Hey everybody, I'm Matt. I'm here as a comic relief for Brian. I'm just kind of pinging off of Brian and adding my thoughts and interpretations to what we have going on today. I've got 3 kids, 3 dogs. I love disc golf, conspiracy theories, and the bizarre. If it's low humor, that's kind of my bag. So,
The Bazaar, is that like where you like to go shopping at the Bazaar?
correct.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. And to my other left, I would like to welcome our Senior Southern Correspondent, Scott. Welcome to the podcast, Scott.
Hey, thank you. I am Scott. I am a liberty-loving American, a true coffee snob, a husband and father of 3 girls, certified information junkie, and a lover of all kinds of music, especially weird music, and cats.
And cats.
Interesting.
And
Yeah,
cats.
not cat music, but, cats.
The Guardians of the Dead.
The
Cats.
movie,
Yeah.
Cats?
Oh, no. I'm a lover of all music except cats.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, we are extremely excited and happy to have you on our podcast. So welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yes. One of many times, we love our Senior Southern Correspondent as part of the podcast.
Oh, yes.
The best and the worst. All right, so this is the best and the worst of the week. Would you like to start?
You want me to start?
Let's let you start, and then we'll go to our correspondent Scott, and then I'll wrap it up.
Southern
Senior Southern Special Correspondent
Special.
Scott.
Sorry.
Yes.
And your
S4S S4 Scott Senior
Something
Southern.
like that.
My best of the week. Let's see. It's been an interesting week. It's been actually. Can I do the best of 2 weeks?
Sure. It's been 2 weeks since we've recorded, so
Yeah.
that would be correct.
Went to Denver. Wife got an award for real estate, selling a lot of houses. Had an incredibly good night.
Nice.
Drank way too much. I normally don't drink very much, to be honest with you. Only here with you, Brian, do I usually drink
I feel honored. I feel honored.
too much. But for some reason, I don't know if anybody else feels the same way, Red Bull does, in fact, give you wings. And so late into the evening for the award ceremony, I decided to take on a couple of vodka Red Bulls because I was feeling really tired. And that carried me till about 3 in the morning.
That works. Mixing
man.
Red Bull and vodka.
Vodka was amazing. That and several other drinks. But the Red Bull just because I never drink it. It was a heck of a night.
Wow.
Really good time.
Good. Congratulations to your wife.
Thanks.
That's
I'll let
awesome.
her know. Yeah,
Yeah.
she does. She's I would describe her as driven. She's driven,
Yeah,
meticulous and driven. That's kind of her thing.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you get like a statue or
one would think, but no, she got a lapel pin.
not a plaque, not like a framed plaque, not like something you print off the
Nothing.
computer?
I was like, man, that was a lot of houses for that little lapel pin. Wonder what they give you if you really sell a bunch. Like,
What was the pin though?
it was just a little,
Of a house?
like a Monopoly house. Here you go. Ding. No, it was just it looked like 2 wings, kind of. Maybe they got
Like
a
a
good
pilot. They took it from a pilot.
Yeah, like maybe
Delta. Say Delta.
angel's wings.
All right.
Yeah. So we did that, and then my dad, slipped on the snow and broke his hip.
That would definitely be the worst of the
On his way into physical therapy at the therapist.
Oh, man.
There was a solid inch of ice on the ground in the handicap spot. He just went down. So he's been working on that, 4 hours a day of physical therapy. That's the worst of the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The best was really the award ceremony. Had a great time. And, also, since the last podcast, we did have a grand time at Angels of America's Fallen. Really did have a good time at the silent auction. Ponied up big time. I actually, Brian, you have to go with me.
I have to go with you?
Well, I won a trip. Well, not really a trip, but a day trip. There was a bag, a paper bag in the silent auction, and it had a picture of this old cop. And all the bag said was, a day with the die-cast police car king, including lunch and great stories and swag from the Denver Police Department, right? So I think the starting bid was $80, and we bid on several things, but nobody else bid. So I bid $80 on the day with the cop. Mm-hmm. Nobody else bid. So I won that.
Wow.
Which actually you really should go with me. We should.
All right, well, let me know.
And you get a bunch of Denver PD swag, which would be cool, like challenge coins.
Ooh, that's
and
cool.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I also won a month subscription to a cryogenic freezing chamber thing.
In Denver or Springs?
Springs.
What?
Yeah.
Dang, that's cool.
So anyway, that was the best. The Angels of America's Fallen. I think they raised a record amount of money, and now they can sponsor. I think they're looking to sponsor another 300 kids this year for the charity. So
good for you.
Yeah, man, it's a really good thing.
That's gonna make my story look like I'm sad and don't care.
Really.
All right. Scott, how about your best and the worst of the week?
The best and the worst. We're getting ready to sell a house right now. So you know how when you're getting ready to sell your house, you get to do all of the stuff that you always wanted to do when you were living there, but you never did it because you just didn't want to spend money on it. So now when you're getting ready to sell the house, you have to do all of the stuff that somebody else is going to enjoy that you will never get to enjoy. And then you kind of look at it and go, why am I moving again? So that's kind of what we're doing now. Everything looks so nice. It's kind of like we don't even really want to move anymore. I'm getting ready to plant some stuff in the garden that I'll never get to enjoy, and painting rooms and all the new carpet and stuff. And you kind of looking at it going, yeah, maybe I don't want to move after all. But then you still do, and you get into a new house, and then you have all of the stuff that needs to be fixed that you will never fix.
What are you planting?
Yeah, so
what are you planting?
Oh, I'm planting some tomatoes. You know how
that's gross.
You gotta have a little garden, huh?
Tomatoes are gross anyway. You don't want to plant those.
Oh tomatoes. Yeah, tomatoes. Everybody loves tomatoes,
gross.
Man.
Scott, you make me. I empathize with how you're feeling. I think you should put up some hidden cameras throughout the house and enjoy all the stuff you put in there for the next year or two. Maybe that's the way you do it.
That is so incredibly creepy. So I love it. I love the idea.
Just tune in anytime, 2 a.m, whatever. Just cruise on down to your computer and check out what's going on.
This is off the subject here, but I did have a friend who kind of she knew this guy who was big into computers and hacking and such, and he called her over one time and says, "Hey, you want to go check out some people's houses?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" So he dials into the internet, and next thing you know, he's showing some security cam footage from some lady in China walking around vacuuming her house and stuff.
My God, that's hot.
So it's really kind of creepy. We got all these cameras and stuff, and who knows who's watching you roll around in your house doing whatever you're doing.
As long as they see me cleaning my guns, I'm good.
Right.
It's all good.
That is kind of creepy, though, huh? Anyone can hack into whatever.
Is that really a thing? Like,
What?
I've heard tales of this, but I don't know. Is it really?
There's websites where you can just pick on a security camera and just watch it, isn't there?
Yeah, but is it possible to like hack? I have cameras all over my house. I think I have 9 cameras, including cameras in my kids' room because they're very young. So,
I mean,
is it
anything that's
possible to
on the
hack that?
internet, anything that's on the internet, somebody who knows what they're doing can figure it out. So I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a creepy thought.
Interesting.
Someone
I guess
hacked into
everybody's
Ring.
getting all of these, like the stuff where like you have these refrigerators and washers and dryers that are hooked up into the internet. I can just imagine somebody, hacking into your washer and turning on your.
That's where I draw the line.
washing
How
machine.
dare you know what's in my fridge?
I would hope someone would hack in and do my laundry. That would be fantastic.
I mean, that would be all right if somebody's
Sweet.
going to do it.
Just load it up and see what happens.
Right. Yeah.
Please, dear God, let today be
Yeah.
the day.
Please, I'm going to hack in and do your laundry.
It's awesome. I watched you in bed last night, so I thought I'd do my laundry for you.
All right. What else? You got anything else, Senior?
Oh man, so I feel so stinking old. I have not had a video game system in my house for I don't know about 20 years, and so recently went out and bought a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
And I got this game called The Witcher. I don't know. You ever heard of The Witcher? Have you ever played that? Either you guys play video
It's in
games?
the TV show. I'd like to play it.
Yeah, I've
though.
heard of it, but I've never played it.
I heard
It
it's
sounds
amazing.
great.
I mean, I haven't seen the TV show or anything. It's just the guy at GameStop sold me on it, so I bought it. And I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know how to use the little controllers and stuff. So I'm sitting there. I get into the game, and I'm just like, I just want to kill something. And so I'm going in there and I'm attacking random guards and stuff. Just so that I could. And they're kicking my ass, of course. Because I don't know what I'm doing. But it felt so good, when I'm attacking this random dude and I finally see his bloody little corpse
I can so
down,
relate
and
to
I
that.
feel like I win, and then all of a sudden, everybody comes and attacks me, and then I'm dead. And so yeah, that's my week. I guess that's the best and the worst.
I think I'm going to get a Nintendo Switch for coronavirus time.
So you don't have to leave.
So I can just hang out at the house. Yeah, yeah. It's on my list.
There you go. That's a vital part of prepping.
Yeah, dude.
It is. More to come on that subject.
Plus, it'd probably teach you how to like kill people, right? If you need to, like zombies attacking you, and you've played Nintendo Switch, The Witcher, and you know how to like attack guards and stuff now.
I feel like I got that down.
You might.
Oh, you already have it.
He's got real life
Oh,
experience
He said with an evil laugh.
in that area. Yeah, he might be good there.
Yeah, but I think the video game thing sounds amazing. I want a Switch. Actually, I'm in negotiations currently with the counterpart.
Yeah.
On that. Yeah.
My son has a Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes it.
Do you
He
like
plays, he loves it. He plays Zelda, Legend of Zelda on it.
I heard it's awesome.
Yeah.
It is pretty cool. It is cool.
So my morning ritual on the weekends, my oldest daughter, who is 8, wakes me up usually about 6 a.m. and we play Mario Kart together, or we play Super Mario World on the Wii. And I'm sorely tempted to get a Switch so we can play together. It's our thing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Switch would be worth it.
I think so.
Yeah. I got a.
Yeah, last game console I had before this was an Atari 2600. So the graphics,
He lies.
you only think I'm lying, but yeah, this is a little bit better graphics than the little square Pac-Man that used to go
Pong.
around and lunch and stuff. So
Did
Missile
you
attack.
have a ColecoVision? Or did I have a
I did.
Didn't we play the ColecoVision? Remember
I
that?
don't know. I always went over to people's houses to do it because I was
Yeah.
too poor to have some, But
Yeah.
We might
yeah,
have
no,
that.
the last one I had was a 2600, or maybe the Pong,
I actually loved the 2600. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, it was back in the day.
And I'm trying to remember, there were no game systems for me until my kids were in high school. And then it was the GameCube. Maybe
GameCube.
junior high, GameCube came out.
Yeah.
In fact, as I recall, I was getting divorced. The kids were actually, I got to say, elementary school, now that I'm thinking about it. And I bought the GameCube and a TV, like a little entertainment center, and stuff like that for the boys when they came over to my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. And boy, that thing was great. I love the GameCube. You ever play it?
Yeah, we had a GameCube. Smash Bros.
Yeah, man.
We tore that up.
I thought it was a great system.
It was. It was a cool system.
It is a great time waster. That's one of the things I was thinking when I was playing The Witcher. I'm like, man, who has time to learn all of this stuff? I mean, you got to sit there and for hours and hours, not only figuring out how to work the controller, but then figuring out all the little details of the game. I'm just like, man.
Scott, you sound like the kind of guy that might like Fortnite.
Oh, no.
Have you ever played Fortnite?
Fortnite? No, I don't. I don't even know what that is.
So my kid, my youngest boy, he's 23. He came over to the house for Christmas, and he's got his phone on a little bracket that hooks to an Xbox controller, and he's playing on his phone. And I said, "What are you playing?" Playing Fortnite. And literally, all you do is go in, and it's like last man standing. There's 100 people that go in at a time, and it's this world, and you go through and pick up guns and shoot each other and kill each other. And it is so much fun. I can't stop playing at all. I can't stop. I play.
You are addicted to Fortnite.
Is probably an hour a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so much fun. You should really try it. In fact, I have an extra controller, Scott. If you're interested, I'll just mail it to you. You can try it out. It's the greatest thing ever, dude.
Man,
now wait a minute. Isn't that the game that they're like offering college scholarships for? If you're playing that.
I don't know.
Some kid won a tournament, and it was like several $1 million.
Really?
For Fortnite. Yeah, like a 13-year-old kid.
It's so much fun. So when you get in, you can buy different skins. And at the time, they were doing a Star Wars thing. So I bought Kylo Ren. I bought a Stormtrooper. I have like this cool, like, Pepsi polar bear.
Yeah.
I got like some kind of like crazy screaming water monster. I got a bunch of different skins I wear,
Yeah.
But it's all the same stuff. You go in, and all you have is like a club. And you go and try and find guns and kill everybody. So if you land next to somebody else, you just club them to death and keep going. Like it's crazy. And you jump off a school bus. The school bus flies over the world that you jump into, and you just bail out, and you pretty much free fall right to the bottom, and then you parachute down to the ground, and then you just kill each other. It's amazingly fun.
You guys are nerds.
Huh.
Yeah. Anyway, I digress.
Nerds.
Kind of reminds me of the old Duke Nukem and
oh man,
oh my God, that was so much fun.
Now
Quake and all of that.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, Duke Nukem was the best.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
I loved and Doom.
Oh my gosh, so many.
Oh,
late
Doom
nights.
was great. Yeah.
Man, that's one of the reasons I bought this computer. I bought a new computer because Doom is coming out in a couple months.
The new one, yeah,
it's go time,
dude.
Yeah, when that comes
You
out.
are such a nerd.
Seriously, it's ridiculous, but I am. I heard Doom when it came out in '95 because I wasn't that old back then. I was really young.
You lie.
That it was pretty good. That's what I heard.
Oh, you were really young.
I was a
Yeah.
fetus.
Yeah.
Fetus.
You're so full of crap.
So let's see. We had a manager meeting for my work in Vegas last week, and we went there Tuesday through Saturday. Most of it was meetings. We were in meetings from 7 to like 8 o'clock at night. I mean, and then they would serve us dinner and all that stuff, but we were in a Hilton hotel, huge hotel. It was really nice. It wasn't in Vegas. It was in Henderson, so we were about 20 minutes from the Strip, but we had a Thursday afternoon off. And one of my buddies that I work with is from the East Coast. I told him I was going to use his name on here, but he wanted to remain anonymous. So
I can't say that I blame him.
Well, it's nothing bad. So we had the afternoon off to go to the Strip and just check it out and stuff, so it was kind of nice. Nothing crazy or whatever. So we drove, a guy let us borrow his car. So we drove in and we parked at the Bellagio because he's like, man, I'm going to go play poker. I'm like, I'm not. I mean, you can go because he's...
Are you not a poker player?
No.
Because I'd like to go with you and actually enter a tournament. I don't play either, but I'd like to play.
Well, I would like to throw my money down the toilet too, but I'm not doing that.
That's kind of what it sounds like you're talking about there.
So, well, he decided, he went to this room where you had to sign up and like there's serious people around these tables to play poker. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to go play my penny slots until you come out. So he did that. And then he took me, he says, let's go play some craps. Never played that either in my life.
Love craps.
It's kind of fun.
Games. It's really fun if you're winning. The whole table wins. It's a great game. Good energy.
That didn't happen. So I went there and I watched him. He's winning. This dude down at the other end of the table screaming, throwing his dice, blah, blah, whatever's going on. And I'm like, man, that sounds kind of fun. So I get $50 in chips because it was a $15 minimum bet or something like that.
Pricey, yeah.
It's Bellagio. I don't know.
It's probably the most
I'm pretty
table on
I'm a
the
fancy
strip.
type guy that fit in there.
I guess.
Pretty easy.
I can tell.
Yeah, you can tell. So I got $50 and $15 chips, and like 3 minutes later, I was out. No. Yeah.
7 out.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right. I said I'm done. I'm not going to throw any more money on that. But it was fun. I mean, kind of knowing a little bit about the game makes it more fun. So I was intimidated by going there.
You're nerdy. I kind of geek out on it. So before I go, I pick my game and I brush up on it for weeks ahead of time. So if it's craps, kind of a minimum for me for craps would be $500. And that would be and it depends. I've been up really high. You can win a lot of money on craps. And sometimes it goes really quick. But lately, because I'm old and more conservative, Pai Gow. You ever play Pai Gow?
I've never heard of that other than maybe at a restaurant.
I think it means horse shit in
Does it seriously?
Chinese.
No way.
Yeah. No, Pai Gow means horse shit. And so
And you play that?
yeah, it's a great game. So the game is really fun because you push a lot of the time. So it's a break even a lot of the time. You make your bet, the dealer plays their card, you play yours, and a lot of times you push. So you can take $100 and sit at a table for hours and hours and hours.
Huh.
It's actually really fun. And I like to play at the D in Las Vegas because the dealers are actually go-go dancers and they rotate through about every 15 minutes. So you get to see a different girl every 15 minutes. It's really nice.
Wow. Well, we didn't go there.
Someday we'll go there.
So it's time to go eat, right? But we can't. So this was kind of a blessing in disguise. We go to pay for the parking and the little ticket gets stuck in the thing. In the little parking meter where you pay. It won't come out. We spent like 15 minutes in there trying to get it out. It comes out part way and it gets stuck.
Yeah.
So I hit the button and I'm like, hey, this is stuck in here. What are we going to do? He's like, what's your name? And my buddy yells out, George Washington. I'm like, what? I'm like, George Washington?
Hey, dumbass.
I know. I said, they're probably going to ask for my name somewhere else. So I gave him my real name. They're like, just go when you check out. And we ended up getting parking for free.
Nice, good for you.
So we saved $18 there. So actually, I got $18
Good thing you didn't
back from
use
my 50.
George Washington.
I know.
George Washington.
And my buddy's got an accent, a Serbian accent.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Southern Serbia.
No.
Wow.
Yes, I can't imitate it very good, but I wish I could. That would be.
Is he a close friend?
Yeah, I met him at work through management training like 3 years ago,
Yeah.
and we've been kind of close ever since.
Cool.
So he's like, hey, let's go eat. I know this awesome Serbian restaurant. I'm like, let's go.
Danger.
Let's go. So we drive up the strip about 4 miles, and there's at the end of like a strip mall is a little restaurant. Mm-hmm. We walk in. There's about 6 light bulbs in the whole place. It's about 15 feet wide, and first thing when you walk in is Serbian guys in jumpsuits just sitting there, old guys just talking, smoking like crazy. Yeah. They got Serbian rock music playing in the background.
Or like Serge Tonkinstan.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we go in there and sit down. I'm like, man, it's kind of cool because I never would have got in there because no one spoke English. Everyone just spoke Serbian. And there's a little cook in the back in the corner with a little carpet that he rung over this wire that's, there's no door, but you can see the old guy back there cooking. So we go in there and he orders this like little shot. It's a little shot called
Absinthe.
Dujon or something. Yeah. And it's kind of a sweet vodka or something. And when you clink your glasses together and do like a toast.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
But you have to look each other in the eye, because if you don't look at someone in the eye, it is disrespectful, like way disrespectful.
Really?
So every time you do that, you got to look him in the eye. So we had that. And then he ordered for us because I had no idea. So we ordered this thing called a meat plate. That's what it's called. And it had 2 types of salad. It had like pork, all kinds of, it was really good. I mean, the food was really good. And then in the meantime, this group of old ladies came in and was sitting pretty close to us off the side, and they were having a birthday, and they were singing and stuff and smoking like crazy. And
everybody smokes.
Yeah, it was like from a movie, like how you would picture that in a movie.
Yeah,
that's like how it was. I mean, it was really cool.
That is cool.
It was cool, like crazy cool. So we stayed there almost hour and a half, 2 hours.
Nice.
Probably. Yeah, just talking. And I mean, they weren't in a hurry to service or anything, but that's just the way it is. I mean,
right.
It was super cool, man.
Yeah, those are the best kinds of restaurants to go to, the little hole-in-the-wall places like that.
Yeah, it was awesome, and I never would have gone there if he hadn't taken me, but it was really cool. I was happy we went, yeah. I don't really have a worst of the week.
That sounds pretty good, man.
That's good enough.
You can't really go wrong.
No, I think we're going to stop with that one.
I just want to say, every time I've ever been to Vegas, it's been a different vacation every single time. And that's the beauty of Vegas. You can make it whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
We did.
You did.
And now it's time for Ask Matt. He's so sexy.
All right. This question comes from Jose.
Jose.
All right. We want to thank Jose for taking the time to send in this question for Matt.
He's a good friend, I'm sure.
He is a good friend.
Podcast.
And if you want to send in a question, just remember you can email questions for Matt at show@ourdifferenttake.com. Okay. So Jose, thanks for taking time to do that. Matt, here's your question. And it's a doozy. It's a really good one. Matt, I have a medical flatulence situation that is keeping me from going out in public. How can I overcome this? Thank you, Jose. How do you...
Scott, if you could see the look on my face right now.
Just think of poor Jose. He can't even go outside.
God, that's terrible, Jose.
Doesn't have a date, probably all alone.
Tough. I didn't even know there was such a thing as a medical flatulence problem where is that like from prison? Is that, I don't know how that happens. Is it just no control, or is it just you make a lot of, not quite sure. I would recommend something, there's a medical product. I'm trying to think of the name of it. I think it's called a triple ripple butt plug.
I'm going to Amazon that right now.
Scott's got it on order already.
It's a real thing. It's real. So I would get the triple ripple butt plug and maybe some Astroglide. It's the only lubrication that I prefer, Astroglide. It really makes things slick. And I would shove that right up your ass, Jose. And then feel free to go around town or do whatever you need to do. Take some gas X and...
Will that stop his... You're just blocking the dam, though. You're not, like, correcting the situation.
Brian, I'm no doctor. I'm just saying, as a mechanic, that's what I'd do.
Just plug it.
Just plug that hole.
Just plug it.
There you go.
All right, do you have... There, Jose. Good.
I'm shocked that Jose even asked me that question. That's pretty brutal. I'm sorry, Jose. That's all I've got, though.
Do you have anything to add to that, Dr. Scott?
You know, I'm just I'm sensing a potential challenge with Matt's response here. You know, the physics of the situation. If Jose's medical flatulence is as severe as it sounds like it is, then the pressure would build up, and the butt plug might actually come shooting out at
like a weapon. Oh my God.
Velocity that somebody might be injured, and I'm a little concerned that the injury from that might be attributed to this show.
We could be liable.
So
could be.
Yeah.
There's an old saying about that. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. If it weren't for your butthole, your belly would bust. I think is
that what the saying is. All right, we're going deep here now.
Oh yeah,
Man, that sounds like something that Aristotle might have said. Geez.
Yeah.
Well,
wow.
So what would be the velocity of a butt plug?
It depends on how many ripples you have.
So
African or European?
European.
Depends on the diameter of the plug, and I'm sure the friction coefficient. So,
what if it was rifled? What if the plug was rifled?
Should we really be going down this road?
I don't even know.
Can we go to another subject? I'm done. So done.
Man, I don't even know what the issue is. You know, if you just kind of like, did you ever see Wayne's World, where he's talking about he's telling Wayne what to do when there's there's a girl that he likes, and he's like, well, what if I spew? And he's like, I say if you go and you blow chunks and she still stays with you, she's a keeper. I mean,
I have a story about
sounds
that.
to me like that's good. That's Wayne's World, pretty good advice for the medical flatulence. You know, just let it go. And if you got a chick that's staying with you in spite of that, I think she's a keeper.
It's true. So it's best to probably try to find someone at like an AA, but like an FA.
An FA, yeah. Do they have those?
Flatulence Anonymous?
Yeah, Flatulence Anonymous.
I don't think there's anything anonymous about it, brother.
When I was dating my wife, the very first date out.
Where's this going?
First date out, we knew each other because I worked at the bar, and I was a bouncer, and she would always come in. You know, we knew each other. But when she broke up with her boyfriend, I asked her to go out. Mm-hmm. And the first night that I asked her to go out, she was actually at the bar when I found out she broke up with her boyfriend. I didn't waste any time. I went right over there. I'm like, hey, you want to go out? Mm-hmm. I think you're awesome. And we went out and spent the whole night talking and this and that. You know, love is in the air and all that. Anyway, after that, we went on a date, and I was picking her up during the day, and I picked her up, and we were driving down Powers, right? And I'm going down Powers Boulevard, and I'm heading to take her to lunch, and I literally sharted.
Are you serious?
Oh no!
In my pants, driving the car, right? And so I have an emergency because I know I want to marry this girl, and I just shit my pants. It's very bad. So anyway, I pulled over and I stopped, and I'm thinking, what am I going to say to her? I said, we got to go back. I got to go home. She goes, why? I said, I don't feel well. I need to go home now. She looks at me. She goes, why? I said, seriously, I literally just sharted.
You said that.
and that, gentleman, is true love, because we've been married for over 10 years now. And that girl stuck with me when I shit my pants on one of our very first dates.
Truly a keeper.
That is a keeper right there.
Keeper. Probably the best woman I have ever known.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Or she's just super gross. I don't know. Weird.
Could be a thing she likes.
She'll listen to this. Let's not go there.
Have she asked you to poop your pants lately?
No. Okay. In fact, she told me I farted too much in front of her, and it was gross. So I'm working on that. That's something we're working on, you know.
Stuff like that takes time.
We always try to do that. We try to put on our best foot when we meet somebody new like that. And I wonder if maybe that's the wrong approach. Because then we're setting ourselves up for these unrealistic expectations. Maybe we should do that when we meet somebody new. Just go ahead and shard on the first encounter. And if it
was definitely telling. Yeah,
these guys are for real, right?
I was like, wow, this girl has character.
You know what's weird is that was the name of my band in the '80s. Shart on the first encounter.
It was not.
It was.
You had a band?
No.
You were never that cool, dude.
I did have. Me and this other guy, we did start a band. I played guitar, and he played drums. Uh-huh. And we had like 3 drums that we hung from our ceiling with twine I got from work because we didn't have any stands. Anyway, that's a whole other story right there.
That's kind of like our podcast.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Hung from the ceiling.
It's kind of strung together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually in the International Space Station right now.
Man.
So,
Anyway,
yeah.
too much. Okay, here we go.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Our different take.
All right. Here are some. This could be deep right here. A deep subject, our different take. And that's why we brought in a subject expert as well. We're going to talk about the coronavirus. So we know what's on everyone's minds. We know it could be serious. But we have questions. Is it man-made? Is it a conspiracy? Is it because of the elections? What is it? What do you guys think?
My personal opinion?
Personal opinion, Senior Matt.
From everything that I've heard, and I'm kind of a YouTube junkie, so I get a lot of stuff off of YouTube. But from everything I've listened to, read, I don't think it was released on purpose. I think it was an accident, and I think it was the Chinese government. That's my opinion. There's a germ lab in Wuhan province. And there's actually, from what I understand, there's a scientist that works at that lab in Wuhan province and had been collaborating with a scientist from, I think, Harvard University on different coronaviruses and their effect on people and how they can be transmitted and things like that. And I suspect that the Chinese accidentally leaked that virus. The reason I say that is because our people from America stepped away from that program and said that they didn't feel comfortable with the protocols at that containment center, and they felt that it was not safe. And this was 2 years ago. I think 2017 is when they backed away. And so I suspect that that's what happened. We'll never know the truth. I've heard in recent days that the Chinese government has instructed everybody in Wuhan province that has any data from the illness to destroy it, and everybody that's been in contact with the numbers as far as sick and dead and all that have had to sign non-disclosure statements, and they will put that to bed, and we'll never know how many people they actually murdered, how many died, or how many were incinerated while they were still alive. Stories that have all been coming out of China. So yeah, I think it was an accident by incompetent communist buffoons.
Yeah, that's bad right there if it's an accident for sure.
Yeah.
Scott, what do you think?
No, I'm pretty much in agreement with that. It you know, the who was it? The first doctor, Dr. Lee, was that his name?
Yeah.
Who said, hey, yeah, we're on to something kind of different here. You guys really need to be careful with this new disease that's coming out. And he starts to kind of to tell the story to the different medical professionals out there in China. And then the government kind of comes in and says, you need to recant your story. And so they force him to sign some confession that says, oh, yeah, I made it all up. There is no virus. And
Terrible.
I mean, and then within a month, he was dead.
Yeah.
Why would the government do that if there was nothing suspicious about it? If it was just some new virus that was going out, why would they do that? What's the point?
Right.
Unless
so much
there's
hidden.
something to cover up.
So I saw an article too that said it charted like when the other viruses came out, like SARS and what are the other 10? There's like 10 or whatever.
There's a bunch
of
of them. There's a few corona type viruses that have come out. SARS is one.
Yeah.
I can't for the life of me think of the other ones.
Bird flu was.
No, but I can look it up.
Well, anyway, there's a list that says the year they came out, and every year there's an epidemic. It's an election year. Every year since 2002 or 4 or whatever, something like that. Every year there's an epidemic, but it's always an election year. Isn't that odd?
That is, yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Although
That's
you
odd.
got a 1 in 4 chance.
What would be the point? What's the benefit to that? If
No.
American elections,
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think there's a 25% chance that that's going to happen anyway. I mean,
I wonder if
Right.
there were other viruses released on a non-election year.
I mean,
'cause-
they do spontaneously happen, and coronaviruses are known to spread from pigs, bats, all kinds of mammals to humans, and that's why they've banned wet markets in China, where they have all manner of crazy
A wet
animals.
market?
A wet market. It's called a wet market, where you have like tanks full of fish.
Oh.
You might have a dog in a cage, and apparently it's huge over there. All the Chinese people will go on YouTube and say they don't eat dogs. They all eat dogs. I don't know why that's a big thing that the Chinese government wants them to say that, but it's all over the country. Everybody eats dogs. They actually have a huge festival, a dog meat festival. In one of the
dog meat
provinces.
festival?
Yeah, man, I've seen the videos. It's brutal. They kill and to their taste, they feel like if the dog suffers more while they're killing it, it makes the meat taste better because of all the adrenaline that gets released into the meat.
What the?
So they brutally kill these dogs and make food out of them.
Really?
It's really sad, actually.
Holy moly!
I
never
have
heard
a
that.
lot of, but full disclosure, man, the Chinese Communist government is not a favorite of mine. Forced abortions and killing your own people that doesn't make them real big on my list.
Yeah, that's true. I would agree with that. That's man, that's crazy. I never heard of that.
Brutal. But it does spread from people to humans very easily. So all of those type of viruses, that's why they've in past years, when SARS came out, they got rid of all the wet markets, but then of course they came back. It's really cultural over there that those kind of things. You can walk down the street and just pick up, a bag full of garter snakes for dinner, or which is a real thing, or people find wombats and all kinds of crazy stuff in the woods, and I mean that's food for those people. And you're talking about people that in the big cities it's different, but in the smaller cities, man, these people are just trying to get by,
Yeah, just trying to eat.
just trying to eat.
Yeah.
And they'll eat whatever they can find,
Wow.
bush meat.
Bush meat.
Yep.
Well, do you think it's going to become an epidemic like here in the U.S. where it's going to affect our food supply?
I think it'll be inconvenient. I think we're going to have, we haven't seen it yet, but we're going to see, from what I understand, a couple of months worth of, maybe up to 6 months worth of, products that you can't get that weren't made for a period of time over in China. I think the same thing's going to happen in India. India today announced that they're not going to export any more medicines to anywhere, which we get 90% of our medicines from India.
Do we really?
From Chinese ingredients made in India. So
That's
a
great.
lot of antibiotics, they've stopped all the export of antibiotics now. A lot of people's, blood pressure medicines, I think, like a high percentage of generic medicines that we get come from India. And they've stopped all that because they're afraid they're all going to get sick and they're going to need them. So it just kind of cascades. Here we go,
Sure
down the
does.
rabbit hole. And if it does go down here, I do think that a lot of people will get sick. I think on average they're saying now 2% of the population will succumb to that, whereas with influenza, 0.2% of the population is kind of the norm, so 10 times deadlier than the flu. And if you're older, like older than 55, could be really dangerous.
Wow.
So
It's
we'll
kind of
see.
scary stuff, though.
Yeah, I don't think the world will stop turning,
Yeah.
but I think a lot of
One of
people
the-
are going to die.
Go ahead.
One of the scary things that I had read, I don't know, the last couple of days, and it wasn't on one of those alternative sites. It was a mainstream site. I forget, New York Times or something, that it was talking about the completed cases of coronavirus. So completed cases means the patients who had the disease either died or got better. So it's the case is resolved, right? And they said of the completed cases, the death number is actually 10%. And so,
worse.
they're saying right now the 2% number is not completed cases. So a lot of these people may still have it and they may be under treatment and they haven't died and they haven't gotten better. But of the completed cases, it's a pretty stout number.
That's
And
terrifying.
yeah. So it's definitely something that I don't think you want to just be very, casual about. I think that if you look at what's going on economically in China, it's enough to cause some consternation for sure. I was reading, a couple of days ago that basically the pollution problem in China is gone right now.
Because they stopped producing?
Because people are not going to work.
Yeah.
They're not going to work. So if they're not going to work, there's no vehicles that's causing pollution. There's no, a lot of the factories have maybe not shut down, but they have curtailed production because there's nobody there to work. People have been quarantined, so they're told to stay home, so they can't go shopping. That kind of thing, if it comes at all to America, well, heck, we see it right now in Italy, where they're kind of shutting things down. Austria a few days ago said we're not going to take any trains from Italy. Even right now in Seattle, where they've got just a handful of people. I'm reading that the some of the major marketplaces out there, the Pike Place Market, the fish market that's right on the the bay, it's like there's nobody there. There's nobody shopping right now, and there's a handful of people in Washington State that has it is all. So it just kind of makes me wonder if that were to gain more of a foothold here. What would that do to the service sector? I mean, we're not a manufacturing country anymore. We're a service sector country. Everybody works at a restaurant or some sort of a service sector job. And with those kinds of jobs providing people's income,
right,
what happens when they can't pay their mortgage? What happens when they can't pay their rent? I heard Hong Kong actually just the Hong Kong government decided we're just going to give everybody 10,000 Hong Kong dollars, everybody in the country, because they're trying to just stave off the economic impact of this.
Keep it floating.
To Hong Kong, obviously a big exporting autonomous region, and so they're really hurt by this. I don't know. It's kind of something that I don't think that should be treated casually.
Well, I heard today at my place of employment, which shall go unnamed, that they have a crisis team in place, and they are planning for store closures 3 weeks at a time. If employees become ill, they'll just close down places and get them cleaned up, and everybody goes home for 3 weeks and gets paid, and we'll see you in 3 weeks and try it all over again.
Wow.
I don't know what else there is to do. It's the only responsible thing. What's that?
Where is that?
I shall not say who my employer is on this particular podcast.
Just geographic area.
Well, all over the U.S. actually, but I'm in Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's responsible to have those kind of plans in place. Like, what are you going to do if somebody shows up to your work and you've got 300 people that work there and they've got a fever and a cough and they get tested and they're positive for coronavirus? You shut it down, man. Everybody goes home and self-quarantines, and you try and stomp that thing out.
It's pretty forward thinking.
Gotta be. And I think if you're not, we're all going to be in a lot of trouble. So, yeah, I guess I could pull money and make my rent for a month if I had to and be fine. I know there's a lot of people that wouldn't be fine, but what's the alternative?
Right.
I don't personally want to spread it to anybody and have them or their loved ones die. I would feel terrible.
Yeah.
Right.
Killing innocent people,
right,
even by accident. So, you do what you can, and hopefully, I don't see that the World Health Organization or the CDC has been on top of this thing at all. It's clearly a pandemic. They won't call it that. So you've got countries in the Middle East that are still flying in and out of China. They're saying, hey, it's not a pandemic. We're still going to go. Air traffic every day, and they're spreading it around. Iran's now going to be overrun with it. Iraq is probably going to be next, although that border's been closed. There's a lot of it going around, and I think also, and I want to touch on the culturally, Southeast Asia is a really bad place to have a disease like this, because I feel that in Southeast Asia, there's no personal space at all.
Right.
Everybody's in your face. It's not rude to sneeze in somebody's face. It's not rude to cough on them. Everybody prepares food without washing their hands. You know what I mean? There's just not that level of education as far as sanitary conditions, and culturally, I think it's okay to spread that stuff around and eat out of a communal food bowl and all these other things that I think makes it really tough to contain. The only country able to contain it really would be China, because their people don't have any rights and they can just shut it down like they have. And I think they've done a great job at that. But you try and do that here, I mean, everybody here's got guns. You've got people that are not going to be shut in. I guarantee you. There will be people that will not be isolated if they don't want to be, you know.
Well, we're not even that sanitary. I saw something the other day that said when, McDonald's has that menu board that you can order from.
Yeah.
They tested those.
Oh, I'm sure they're
and every one of those had fecal matter on it.
Oh, yeah.
So
sure. But at least
nasty.
At least our toilet's flush. We're not pooping in a bucket. You know what I mean?
You might as well, because someone's rubbing it and touching my McDonald's Big Mac button.
Well, I mean, some of us do it on our first date, right?
Right.
Well,
right. That's not fair.
That's right. That's a good point. Oh, that is good stuff right there.
You had to bring up the poop. Always the poop.
Always the poop.
Oh, man, yeah.
Well, are you guys planning on prepping somehow for this at all? Anyway? Like, are you buying face masks?
His and hers AR-15s?
Yeah.
I'm trying to push that. The wife won't let me do. I've been trying to do that forever, though. So.
You keep trying.
I bought a bunch of stuff from Costco, but nothing crazy. Like, I just don't want to be inconvenienced if I'm stuck at home. So I bought 3 boxes of K-Cups. And I bought, like, a couple of things of peanut butter, because I really like peanut butter. Stuff like that. But I didn't buy, outrageous amounts of face masks or anything like that. I just think if it comes to our town, good luck, man. I just think if you're out and about, it's very contagious, and I think you're probably going to.
I'm not going out. I'm just ordering Grubhub.
Yeah. Let them
That's
go
all.
out. They can bring it home.
Let somebody bring it to your door, right?
Why go out and get it when you can have them bring it to you?
Too funny. I did. I bought a bunch of
Yeah,
food.
see the people on Facebook or whatever that talk about how stupid it is to prep and how this is just a bunch of hype and all you're doing is fear mongering. And I just think to myself, how stupid is it to not be prepared for some sort of a disaster? I mean, we got people in Memphis who had, a big tornado come through this last week. You got hurricanes that come through. Nashville, sorry, not Memphis.
Yep.
But, this kind of stuff happens all the time. And to not have any kind of preparation in place, to me, seems just absolutely irresponsible. So it's silly to me to not have some basic, freeze-dried foods or maybe some bottled water, some extra Charmin sitting in your cabinet. I don't know, something to let you get through at least maybe a week, because you just never know.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know.
I suspect there will be some interruptions. Not everything, not all at once, but there will be interruptions. So.
Yeah. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Yep. I did buy a couple extra handles of whiskey. I'm good for.
So you're good to go there.
Good to go there.
You get the important stuff.
I did. I hit all the coffee, whiskey,
Yeah. Bread, toilet paper.
I don't know. I don't know. If I run out of toilet paper, I guess I'll just have to poop before my shower in the morning. And
Just use your drapes.
Yeah.
Cut your drapes up.
You could do a little waffle stomp in the shower.
Yeah, waffle stomp. Is that what that is?
That's super disgusting.
Is it different from a pancake stop? What is the difference?
The waffle stomp where, you don't need to actually go use the toilet, because you could just, go in the shower and then just do a little stomp through the grate.
Is that the waffle stomp? I never heard of that.
That should be a country song. That's great.
That should be. That should be a southern thing.
Wow.
That's a southern thing.
I didn't know we'd go there, but
Yeah.
a lower level than we had been at.
Yeah.
We went into.
Oh yeah, well, definitely. Yeah, we got the opportunity to edit it out, right?
Nope.
Not with Brian.
Not doing that.
Everything goes out with Brian.
It's
right.
staying, huh?
Yep, didn't mark it. I lost it. It's going. All right, that's a good segue into...
Welcome to the Gentleman's Minute. It's an acquired taste.
That's a nice segue from the Waffle Stomp to the Gentleman's Minute. All right. I have a quiz for you guys. All right. This is to help all the listeners out there, like Jose, Matt, and Scott, to determine if they have a problem like Jose. All right. You can follow along with us and take this quiz as we're doing this solely as a public service.
Well, that's nice of you, Brian.
Yeah. Yeah. From our podcast to the world, because we love you all. Okay. So keep track of your answers. See if you get this right or wrong. All right. On average, how many times a day? Question number 1. On average, how many times a day do humans fart? 2 times, 14 times, 25 times, or 50 times?
14.
I have a 14 on the table. Scott?
I'm going to go with, this may be self-incriminating here, but I'm going to go with 50.
The answer is 14.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Yeah, it's just total. Yeah, no. I don't believe it.
You might need to go to the doctor after the podcast, Scott. Just let you know.
I guess there are probably some of those people out there that have the 2, and then there's the outliers that help the averages pull them up.
You're an outlier.
I'm one of those that helps
like
bring up
horse.
the average.
That's true.
I contribute single-handedly to the greenhouse gas effect.
Global warming.
Global warming.
It's my fault.
Appreciate that. Thanks. Question number 2. What is the name of the gas that makes farts smell horrible? Helium, propane, hydrogen sulfide, or nitrogen?
I want to say hydrogen sulfide. I thought it was methane, but...
All right. Scott?
Yeah, I don't think anybody ever farts propane or helium, so I'm going to say hydrogen sulfide.
It's the
Yeah,
sulfur.
that'd be a tight little fart, wouldn't it?
I wouldn't mind farting helium, actually. That would be like a gift from God.
If everybody that surrounds you in the room starts talking in a really high-pitched voice, everybody knows that somebody farted, right?
That's right. Turn into the Mickey Mouse Club after Wendy's chili. You are correct. Hydrogen sulfide for both of you, so you each get a point.
Nice. Are you keeping track?
I am really actually keeping track. We're going to announce a winner here in a minute.
Fair enough.
Question number 3. Holding a fart can be bad for your health. True or false?
How does one hold a fart? Doesn't it slip through your fingers?
Scott, did you do time in prison?
He did. He did.
I honestly, I think it might be bad for your health.
So is that a true? You're saying it's true?
True, yeah.
Scott?
I'm definitely going to go with true on that.
Oh, it is true.
There you
It
go.
is true. Holding a fart is bad for your health. For some reason, I can't tell you why.
Don't
It's
know
just
why.
that's what it says.
You're
yeah.
no doctor, but
I'm no doctor. I'm just a quiz show host. Is all I am. Question number 4: Which type of fish communicate by farting? Carp, herring, pike, or clownfish?
I've had clownfish, and I never saw one fart ever.
You had a clownfish in your fish tank or to eat?
Yeah, in a fish tank.
Oh, no, they didn't fart.
I would say herring.
Herring. Scott.
Carp are the bottom dwellers. They just kind of look like fish that would fart. Yeah, I'll go with carp.
Carp. So the correct
Yeah.
answer is herring.
Is it really?
It is herring.
Nice.
Carp.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they don't communicate by farting. They just fart for the fun of it.
Oh, well, okay.
Close. Number
Dang
5.
it.
What is the name of someone who farts for a living? There is someone who makes a living. I don't know how you make a living off of it, but there's a name for it.
I definitely need to find out how to do this.
You could retire tomorrow. It's a fartist, flatulist, guff engineer, or a toot technician. What might be the answer?
Flatulist. Gotta be.
You got a flatulist on the table?
Sounds like it pays more.
It might.
I saw a guy play a horn with his butt one time.
What the
like
heck?
a song. Like a song.
Like a
Wow.
like a tuba or
A
a,
French guy. And he played a bunch of different horns, and he would like move his butt around and
how do you do that? Holy moly.
true story.
Where'd you see that at?
I'll tell him.
Okay. Scott, what's your answer?
I'll agree with Matt on that. Although fartist that's a really nice name.
It is, but
Yeah.
you're both correct. I thought guff engineer might be kind of nice.
Guff.
A guff engineer. Question number 6. There's a company called Shreddies who invented pants to keep your farts from smelling. True or false?
I'm gonna say true.
I got a true on the table?
It definitely sounds true there, yeah.
Yep, you're right. Shreddies. Look into them. And by the way, we are looking for sponsors. If Shreddies hears this, we would gladly accept it.
Yep.
Question number 7. Which decade was the whoopee cushion invented? 20s, 40s, 70s, or 90s?
20s.
I got a 20s on the table. Scott.
Man, I had my first whoopee cushion in the 70s, so they had to have been around before that. Geez, when did rubber start? They started making rubber back on, in the early 20s for tires and stuff, right? When they come out with balloons.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, 20s or 40s. 20s or 40s. 20s or 40s. We'll go with 40s.
Wrong. 20s.
Boom.
Dang it.
You were sucking at
You
fart
make
trivia,
these questions
Scott.
too hard.
Brian made you sound like the fart king of the world.
I know. Practical application.
Got it.
Not testing.
Not trivia.
Not trivia. True or false? Farts cannot catch fire. True or false?
That's absolutely false.
100% false.
Yeah, you both.
I've lit farts on fire 100 times as a kid.
Yes, you are
I
correct.
actually started a blanket on fire and almost burned my damn house down.
You blanket on fire?
Yeah, man. It was super fuzzy,
Super fuzzy.
My mom was super pissed. Yeah, it lit the blanket on fire. We were beating on it, trying to get it to go out. It had a lot of fuzz on it. The fuzz was burning away.
Must have been a torture,
Oh
man.
man, it was a scorcher for
That
sure.
was awesome. Question 9. How many farts happen on Earth every second?
Oh my god.
7 million, 1.15 million, 4.3 million, or 100 million? How many farts
Every
happen on
second?
Earth every second?
7
Every
million.
second. 7 million.
A little math here, because you already told me I was wrong on the other one. So there's 7 billion people in the world, and they fart 14 times a day.
He's doing that.
So
That's good math right there.
what is that? 7 times 14, 210 billion divided by how many seconds? Hell, I don't know.
That's fart math.
Yeah.
Very nice.
4.3 million.
Incorrect. 1.15 million.
Well,
1.15 million farts every second on Earth.
weird.
Yeah.
How'd you like to be the scientist that measures this?
Yeah, how does that happen? I don't even know how you
You just graduate and get a huge grant.
I guess
and then
so.
You just start doing it.
fart grant.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Last question. Double points for this answer. Why would chewing gum make you fart more? Certain types of mint make you fart. You swallow more air as you chew. Moving your jaw quickly can make you fart. Or no one knows. You want me to read
Moving
them
your
again?
jaw quickly can make you fart.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. You swallow more air.
Okay.
Yeah, I would go with that too. It sounds kind of like you're drinking a soda. It's like a reverse burp.
You
Yep.
are correct. You swallow more air as you chew. You are correct. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 9 points, Matt. And Scott, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
God, I
Matt
feel like
is-
such a loser.
You are.
Don't feel too bad.
Matt is the fart champion. And I do have I probably have some kind of award for you.
I'll add that to my Shark trophy.
You-
That's awesome.
Do that.
Thank you.
This quiz was brought to you by Beano.com. Again, we are looking for sponsors, so if Beano.com needs someone, we are here for you. We are here for you.
All right.
Matt,
Yes.
you are up.
Oh, I'm up. Sorry. Outro. Pause that, please. I want to say thanks to our 5-star rater, Miss Woodchucks. 5-star ratings are awesome. We really appreciate them, and it keeps us going. Keep them coming through. And as usual, thanks for listening this week. Thanks to Dallas Fort Worth for having the most downloads so far. Yeehaw. And I'd like to say, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Nice job. Please send us your comments, suggestions, complaints, questions for the next Ask Matt segment. You can email us at show@ourdifferenttake.com. Don't forget to rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcast and subscribe to the podcast. You can hear us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Music, radio.com, radio.com mobile app, and Stitcher. You will be able to catch us on iHeartRadio in about 2 months, so mark that on your calendar. And as usual, or for our first time, thanks to our Senior Southern Correspondent Scott.
Thanks a lot, guys. I learned a lot.
So did I.
All right. Peace.
Peace out.
Take care.